All right, good morning, everybody. We are just now 2 days away from Syncup, which is kind of crazy because I feel like I've been planning it forever, and then when it comes, it still feels like it just came out of nowhere, and I feel partly prepared and partly completely underprepared and overwhelmed with it all. But I definitely am this year much less nervous than I was last year. Last year was our first in-person event after what was it, 6, 7 years having an online, basically virtual community that we were a part of. And so, of course, meeting everybody for the first time in person was like, it felt a little overwhelming to me because I feel like a lot of you guys know what I look like and you could spot me in a crowd. Some of you I could, some of you have avatars, some of you we've had Zoom calls with, but many of you have just been sometimes just a name with no picture. And so I knew that'd be a little bit strange to walk into a room knowing that 50 people or so know a lot about me and I know a little bit about you. But last year was great. It was just really fun. And I think partly because it was a little bit nerve wracking is what made it so rewarding. It was a little bit challenging to kind of jump into a situation like that. But very quickly, within an hour or two in that room, for those of you that were there, you guys know that the ice broke very quickly. We did some in-person networking very, very quickly. And literally by lunch, the first day, the Saturday, it felt like we were at camp. It just kind of felt like we had created some connections already, and we kind of got rid of that, awkwardness in the room very, very quickly. And I have no doubt that this year is going to be just the same, if not even better. Last year, I did just kind of greet and welcome everybody as they came in to the event, and I'll be doing the same thing this year. So basically in today's video live stream, I'm obviously still, hey, what's up, Isomatic? Good to see you. Still warming up my voice, obviously getting ready for a lot of speaking and talking throughout the weekend. But I want to give you guys an overview. We're coming down to the wire now. If you guys want to join us for this second Syncup event, it is available to be streamed virtually. At this point, pretty much, if you're within driving distance, you can still join us if you'd like to, but streaming it might be probably the more likely option for many of you guys that want to get access to not only the kinds of information that we're going to be providing at this event, but also to get that guaranteed submission to any one of the 7 library CEOs that'll be attending the event in person. You can upgrade your virtual ticket to get access to a guaranteed submission to one of them, and they will guarantee listen to your track, consider adding it to their roster. And if they do want to do that, they will contact you directly. It's not through me. So they'll actually email you or call you, whatever contact information you want to give them. And you can basically directly be in touch with them. We had many members last year have their successful creation of direct relationships as a result of Syncup. So you absolutely can get that. But for those of you that join us in person, we're going to have some really cool swag bags that you guys will be able to get. And inside there's some goodies, which I won't reveal all of them. But the bigger sort of prize for you guys that are going to come in person will be your very own Syncup 2024 shirt. This looks huge. This was supposed to be a large. It looks massive. But this is an extra large. Okay, I think they mislabeled that one. But anyways, you guys will get an awesome high quality shirt and other goodies that are going to be in your bag. So let me just walk you guys through what Syncup is all about, who the CEOs are going to be, and I'm also going to showcase to you their placements and what their individual companies have secured in this industry, because you need to know kind of who you're potentially investing in, who you're potentially partnering with, and whether or not this is going to be a great opportunity for you to work with these companies, if these are going to be the kinds of people that you do want to work with. So let me get myself situated here. So one of the biggest reasons why we do Syncup is for you guys to be able to make connections. This is kind of the biggest thing that, let's just be honest, makes or break most of our careers. Being able to connect with people, obviously in person, is much better than just having emails or Zoom calls or texts or emails. Having an in-person connection with people that are actually making decisions in this industry, obviously can put you above a step ahead of most people that might be, just pitching their music kind of coldly to a lot of companies. So this is going to be an opportunity to put you in the same room, or at least on a live call, essentially, with 7 different library CEOs. So you'll have a warm lead to reach out to them afterwards if you want to, and connect and pitch your music if you'd like to, okay? So not only with the library CEOs, but with me and with all the other members in our community. A lot of Sync Academy members and Pro Feedback members are going to be showing up to this thing. So opportunities for you to be able to network and create relationships and friendships with other sync licensing producers who might have established relationships with libraries and publishers. So it's one of the fastest ways for you to expand your network and potentially get into new libraries and new catalogs, new distribution networks sooner than you would do basically 100% on your own. We're going to be talking about a lot of latest trends. So we're going to talk about What are these libraries looking for? What are they getting requests from their clients? How is AI impacting their business at all? Have AI companies approached them? What policies do they have in place for us using AI tools, generative tools, music tools in our music and our production music? And just their overall thoughts on where we are at the sort of latest stage of this development and where this is going to be going. So last year, we definitely heard a lot of really great insights from all the library CEOs in terms of what they're hearing from clients, what sort of common key terms and common requests are coming from their TV and film clients. And so we're going to basically double check on that this year to see, has any of that changed? Have there been some updates? And also you'll hear, because there's going to be 7 different library CEOs basically serving sometimes overlapping but very unique niches of the industry, where all these different niches of the industry are going in terms of what are the common requests between all of them and what differentiates all of them, because it's not as simple as just you have music, they're a publisher, so you just send music to them. You really want to make sure you're partnering with the right publisher who's serving a marketplace using the type of music that you really can thrive and shine in. So that's what I think you guys are going to get as a result of all of this. You can get in-person feedback. This is only for those of you that show up in person. We're not going to do any feedback for the virtual attendees, but we do have an option that if you do show up in person, you can upgrade your ticket to get a private pitching session essentially, but it really is a review session with 3 different library CEOs, and I'll show you which ones those are. This is something we've never offered before. This is essentially you booking private time with a decision maker, with a sync licensing publisher, to ask them, is this good enough for you? Is it not good enough for you? What can we do better? What would we need to do to make this right for your track? And you can definitely guarantee that you're going to be creating some great in-person relationships with this opportunity to get private. It's not going to be in front of the whole room. It'll be in a private room, so you get to have some real one-on-one time with the library CEO. And of course, the biggest reason why we put this together, one of the reasons why I know a lot of you guys are interested in an event like this, is getting a chance to pitch your tracks to the music library CEOs that are attending with a guarantee that they will listen to it. So many of you have been pitching to libraries, not getting any responses, getting ghosted, not getting anything going on. And so you don't have to worry about that with your interaction through Syncup. This is going to give you a guarantee, whether you attend virtually with your upgraded virtual ticket or you get an in-person ticket. You will get a guarantee that they will definitely be clicking on it. And how do I know that? I've contracted them to do that, okay? So they are definitely going to be paid for their time and their energy, and I do love paying people for their time and energy to devote it and sort of donated essentially to us to get us more prepared to succeed in this business. But their work isn't over at the end of the event. At the end of the event on Friday at 5 p.m., it's not like they're done. That's when I collect all of your guys' submissions. You guys will have the full week, starting from the morning of the event all the way up until that following Friday, June 7th, to put together your pitch. It can be 3 tracks, 5 tracks, a full album, whatever you guys want to put together. You have to select one CEO. You do need to be choosy and select one CEO, and you'll be able to put a little blurb about yourself and your contact information. I'll gather all of those submissions. They'll all be done online, virtually online. Okay, nothing will be done in person, so don't bring your USBs, don't bring any CDs, don't bring anything. I want to make sure these library CEOs are not inundated and overwhelmed with business cards and pitches. That's not what Syncup is going to be about. It's really about connection. It's about friendships. It's about relationships. And we're going to handle all of that music pitching process in a virtual environment. So it's clean, it's crisp, it's easy to navigate, and it sort of clears us out throughout the in-person weekend so that the library CEOs don't have to feel overwhelmed with people wanting to pitch them, essentially. So the best thing you can do if you're going to attend this in person is just talk to them. That's pretty much it. Don't worry about pitching them music. Don't worry about talking about what you want to give them, but just introduce yourself, shake their hand, talk about yourself, ask them questions. The better kind of a first impression you can give to a library CEO, the much higher chances they're going to remember you. Even if they maybe don't accept your initial pitch, you can certainly work up to improving your tracks, maybe to pitch them later on. And certainly having this warm lead as a result of Syncup is going to be something that's going to work out in your favor in the long run, okay? So these are those 7 different CEOs that will be there. Of course, you guys know that I'm going to be there, so you don't need to worry about me. First, let me say hi to some of you guys that are here. Mix Club, what's up? Chad, good to see you. Jeff is here, right on. Good to see you guys. Yes, I'm a little early today, sorry, but I kind of get started when I can get started. So Mike was actually just here on this channel. Was that just yesterday? It was 2 days ago on Tuesday of Reverse Play. Reverse Play is obviously a trend setter, I believe, among many. And some of the amazing work that they have done can be highlighted here. You can actually click on the link below and you can get to the hyperlink. You can check out some of their placements. What I think is really interesting about Mike and what he does with reverse play is they are definitely at the cutting edge of technology in terms of really taking video game placements seriously, really taking blockchain technology seriously, and they definitely have a foothold in custom trailer and promos and large premium placements. So I've been saying, especially with the wake of AI music, that this is where we need to start focusing more and more, probably less and less on just tons and tons of instrumental music. We really need to put ourselves in the position to get those more premium, organic, featured placements for larger campaigns. This is precisely what Mike and his team at Reverse Play do. So he's going to be a great library for you to potentially learn from and connect with. Perry of Epic Music, for those of you that don't know, Epic Music was the library that I personally worked with to secure my Major League Baseball theme. Placement through the show called Intentional Talk. Perry and I go way back, all the way to 2017 or so. He and I worked together on many opportunities through the Syndicate program I used to host. And then I've also just had my own music in his catalog for all these years. And he has secured not only the Major League Baseball, but he also secured us an Outback Steakhouse commercial, among many others. But he is very, very connected, well connected with many sports outlets, including Major League Baseball Network, NHL, and many others, Fox Sports, among others. So sports placements is, I think, one of the few areas it seems like that's really held up very well with our royalty rates, and it might be even getting better and better as time goes on, because live sports is really very, very popular. A lot of people love watching live sports, so there's a lot of advertising in it, there's a lot of money, and there's a lot of potential royalties and income and opportunities for you guys to work with. So I'm really excited to connect with Perry in person. We've been working together for so many years, and what we're going to do on our panel is we're going to give you guys a little behind the scenes look at how we secured that theme placement, what the different iterations were, what kind of feedback we got from MLBN, how we sort of navigated the waters. Perry is a master communicator. I think this is going to be something that you guys really are going to want to learn from his panel, is the way that he composed emails and conducted himself on the Zoom call that we had was so efficient. It was so professional. And I really think, and also the feedback he was giving me, like we would basically bounce off ideas between ourselves before we pitched it off to them. The feedback that he gave me was absolutely what allowed us, I believe, to get this placement. Yeah, I made the music, but my ears sometimes were doing weird things and playing tricks on me, and his just honest and direct feedback and revision requests for me were, I think, what gave us the sort of edge to make sure that what we were pitching off to Major League Baseball got that theme placement. So it's certainly the biggest placement of my career, and that doesn't come fast or easy, but it does come from learning how these people do things very professionally. So we're going to give you a world-class presentation on that. Trevor, he's been on this channel many times. Most of you guys, he's been in the chat many times. So you guys have probably been familiar with him, but he has been the creator of Get It Done Music. Obviously, some of the credits they've got: Soul, Wakanda Forever, Fortnite, Hogwarts and video games. So obviously huge stuff there. Trevor is going to give us a world-class presentation, not just on how his company has been doing well and getting these placements, but he's also going to give us a presentation on how to build a production music library. So many of you guys who are maybe composers, producers yourselves, but you're thinking like, maybe it'd be kind of a cool move to become my own publisher, become my own library, become my own collective of composers and producers to start reaching out to TV and film clients to get our own placements. It hasn't been a path for me, but I think for some of you guys, it might be the right path. And I think these days, with some of these tools, including AI tools, it's becoming more and more possible and achievable for you guys to do it without having to completely lose touch of your musical focus. So Trevor's actually going to give us a presentation on how to start your own library. He just successfully did it, and he's basically going to give away his secret sauce, his secret ingredients for how he was able to do it. This is not going to be a presentation we ever release publicly. We won't even put this presentation on Sync Academy. Only those of you that are obviously there as a part of Syncup, whether virtually in person, are going to get access to essentially how to create a library. I've gotten a lot of requests for that over the years, and I just have never been able to help because I've never done it, and I don't want to try to teach something that I've never done myself. But Trevor has done it, and he's done it not too long ago, and he's done a really great job. He's distributed with BMG, by the way, so the biggest essentially production catalog out there, so one of the biggest. So that's going to be a great presentation for you guys to not want to miss out on. AJ, he was there virtually last year. He's going to be there in person this year. He's flying all the way out from New York for this, and he is the CEO of Future Hits. Future Hits, obviously Nike, NBC, Kmart, Empire, Fox, all that good stuff. So he's obviously got some name brand, huge placements to his name, to his company. He has a catalog and a library that focuses strictly on songs with vocals. So that's why I'm bringing AJ out, who, by the way, has earned and won 13 Emmys. So he knows what he's doing. He's going to give a full presentation on how do you create a sync hit song with vocals. We're going to talk about catchy melodies. We're going to talk about topics your lyrics should include. We're going to talk about how do you structure your tracks? How do you pick the right vocalist? And he's also going to give examples from his catalog on tracks that really exemplify what stands out as a hit song. Now, why is this important? Vocals are becoming more and more and more in demand in our industry. There's just no doubt about that. And so if you think that you are going to be able to have a long-term career in this industry just doing instrumental music, think again. That's not going to be something that's going to be viable. We are going to have to really consider and be open to the fact that tracks with vocals, even if it's not a full song with a verse, chorus, that kind of thing, even just tracks that have a tagline in the chorus, a hook, is going to make your tracks more licensable. And I don't care what genre it is. It can be corporate, tension, it could be minimal, it could be trailer, it could be rock, EDM, doesn't matter what it is. Adding vocals that, of course, you're going to strip out for an instrumental version will absolutely make your tracks more licensable to many clients. So that's going to be something really helpful for you guys. So excited to have AJ, and that'll be the first time I've met him. I've been working with him and having interviews with him for many, many years. So that'll be a really exciting part of it. Timo of Sound Adventures has confirmed that he will be there as well. Timo is somebody that I've recently got to know. He's been a part of our Sync Connect online Zoom series, but obviously with Mandalorian, Call of Duty, Coca-Cola, Sherlock Holmes, Batman Begins, CSI Miami, Law and Order, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on. Timo has been in this business for a very, very long time. He's one of the OGs. And as you can see, he has done so much, and he's really, really achieved a lot with his catalog and what he's done. Timo's a very, very generous person. I have definitely gotten to know him very well, and I have certainly noticed that very quickly, that he's very generous and he loves to give to the community. He loves to help producers, composers in any way he possibly can. And so you're definitely going to get a world-class presentation from him on what he and his company Sound Adventures are looking for, what's going to help you guys stand out in this industry, what he looks for in a composer, how to get into his inner circle to potentially land some of these deals. So we're definitely going to have a great presentation from Timo. Next up, we're going to have Duddy from Audio Socket. He is their executive producer, which basically means he's like the head honcho producer over there at Audio Socket. I've had Jen Anderson Miller on this channel. She's the CEO, but she's over in the UK, so she couldn't make it this time. But Duddy knows a lot about Audio Socket. Obviously, he's their executive producer there. And you can see here, just from some of the placements that they received, they obviously get tons and tons of major A-list placements in all different forms. They also work on online and social media campaigns, which I've been learning from Jen, has been very, very lucrative actually for them. So we're going to maybe talk with Duddy about some of those opportunities they've been working on, and also some of the other more traditional, in terms of film and TV streaming opportunities that they've done. And of course, we're going to definitely listen to some of Duddy's tracks, some of his compositions, and also ask him, how did you become the head honcho over there at Audio Socket? It's a big company. They have many composers and producers. So what elements or what sort of secrets can he give us to let us know? How do you sort of rise to the ranks to become one of their inner circle composers and producers to get some of these great opportunities from their clients? So that's going to be really cool. I'll be excited to meet him as well. And Eric, another CEO that I've recently connected with, who was joined us as a result of our Sync Connect series, the online Zoom calls that we've been doing, has been an amazing, very generous person as well, to give us a lot of insights for how his company, Sonic Librarian, has been doing great in this industry. Fortnite, of course, Game of Thrones, Modern Family, FBI, but of course, you can even go through all of these. It's crazy how much TV work he has done between reality shows, drama shows, sports, UFC stuff. And my thing that I always get jealous of is he got a placement on the show The Office. Like, that used to be, I don't know if it's these days, but it used to be my all-time favorite show. And it was so cool to hear the story about how he got that one place. Maybe we'll share that again at the event this year. But yeah, it's really cool. 2.5 Men. I mean, these are some of the biggest shows on TV. So he obviously has some great relationships. He's done very, very well. And so he's going to be somebody that we're going to really want to listen to, hear out how he's succeeded and how he's really done well in this business. So those are the 7 CEOs CEOs you'll be able to connect with. We will have also very successful TV film producers and composers joining us that will be giving their presentations. Yele is actually on a plane literally right now as I'm live streaming this. Hi, Yele, if you actually have internet connection on the plane. I don't know if you do, but he's on his way over here. So we have people from all over the world actually flying here to give some world-class presentations on how they've succeeded, how they've thrived, how they've really done well in this business. So you're going to get not only sort of the insights from the library CEO side of it, but you're also going to get insights from people that are basically just like you, maybe a year or two further down the road. So you're going to learn from them. You know, I got started in this business in 2008, so I think I have a lot of wisdom to share, but some of you maybe can't relate to somebody who started 16 years ago. I totally relate and understand that. But these people didn't start at 2008. These people have started within the last 5 or 6 years. So you're going to get some sort of great recent insights for how they've been thriving and doing well in this business. So making direct relationships happen is really what this channel is all about. Sync My Music, that's really what I've been trying to enable you guys to do through the videos, through the services, through anything that I've done. I want you guys to have library CEOs in your phone, in your email inbox. I don't think you need to be going through shopping companies or shopping opportunities or somebody representing you to the sync world. At least representing you to like libraries or trying to pitch you a deal to a library. You don't need any of that. As long as you've got literally a little bit of, you know, I don't know, internal motivation, you can do this stuff. I'm trying to give you guys all the skills, all the knowledge, and all the tools to be able to make these direct relationships happen. And I do believe if you want to make this a significant source of income for yourself, you're going to have direct relationships. There's just no two ways about that. You really do have to. So we have many members from our event last year that secured direct deals. These three were people that were there in person. She was actually there, Helena, I want to say her name is Helena. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name right now. But she got a virtual ticket last year and was able to secure a deal as well with her virtual ticket. So just so you guys know, it's not just the in-person people that are securing the deals. Virtual ticket holders do and have track record of securing deals. So you obviously can do that. And if you click on that link below, you can actually watch these testimonials to hear their story of how they did it. So we have a schedule all lined up. It's going to be jam-packed. I'm going to kick us off. We're going to take a mastermind break where you guys can connect with each other. If you're attending virtually, I'm going to give you guys a Zoom breakout room so you guys can connect in a Zoom call with each other. Last year, we didn't have that. This year, we're going to update and upgrade your experience. So you'll be able to check out and connect with people that are going to be there as well. Mike's going to give us some insights for how a music editor makes his selections. Really, really important. Music editors are these people we don't think about, but they're really the ones that a lot of times make the decision whether or not we get a placement or not. So it's really good to have him there. And then right after lunch, we're knocking out these library representatives and CEOs one at a time. We'll start with Audio Socket, then we're going to Timo, then we'll go to Eric, and then we're going to go with Perry at the end. And this is at 6 p.m. If you want to do a premium option with us, we have 2 tickets left for that. You can join us for a private dinner with all the library CEOs, so you can actually even get further networking opportunities if you want to. Sunday, where we wake up bright and early, and not early, but 9 a.m. AJ is going to kick us off with his writing a Syncup presentation. Then we're going to take a little networking break so you guys to meet each other, and I would definitely want to talk with you guys as well a little bit more in depth. Then Papstar is going to give us a great, very probably emotionally compelling presentation on how Sync really saved his life and put him on a more productive trajectory in his entire life. Then we're going to have Trevor give us a presentation on how you can start your own library. This is going to be a really powerful action and information-packed presentation. Then we're going to have our successful and professional sync licensing producers and composers one at a time give us their secrets for success for how they've really done well and how they've balanced. Hans York is going to be talking about how you balance your creativity versus being a service person, using your art to serve a commercial marketplace. It's a tough balance, but Hans has some great insights to share with us. Then we'll have our final CEO panel, which is going to be Mike of Reverse Play and Trevor of Get It Done, having a shared panel right before we give out our Syncup Awards, which will only be for those of you that attend in person. And so that's going to be a really cool way for us to end our presentation. And I'm doing this because we get no love from the Oscars, from the Grammys. We have no red carpet events really for what we're doing. The PMAs have their Mark Awards, but I think we need more. So we're definitely going to be creating our own kind of award ceremony here for those of you that are going to be attending in person. So that's going to be a really cool thing. But I do need to let you know, if you get an in-person ticket right now, those submissions are closed because I needed some time to go make the awards up and actually get them created. They're customized awards. Okay, so that is now closed. If you already had an in-person ticket, you had a chance to submit to that. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are clear on that. So as of now, we have 14 tickets for the in-person option. We only have 2 for the premium. Virtual, of course, it's virtual, so we obviously don't have any limits on those tickets. But the time is ticking. You do need to get your ticket before we start Saturday morning if you want to join us. Stream the entire event live from your home. Don't spend a dime on flying or traveling or hotels or food or any of that stuff. You can literally do it from home. And we're going to record it, so you don't have to be there live. You obviously can watch it afterwards. If you're in another time zone or you're busy for the weekend, you can still watch it afterwards. We'll give you those Zoom breakout rooms. You obviously need to be there live to participate with those. And as I said, you can upgrade it for $99 to get access to submit your music to one of the CEOs with a guaranteed listen and consideration from them. So basically $99 plus your $99 upgrade. You get access to that. If you want to join us in person, you have the ability to drive there, get there somehow. It is going to be at a hotel very close to the LAX airport. You will get those details if you purchase an in-person ticket. We keep those details under lock and key. But of course, you get to attend it. You're going to participate in all of our Q&A sessions there in the room. We will record it, so you can obviously get access to that. Networking with me, with the CEOs, with the other members, very, very important part of that. At this point, the awards are kind of expired, but you're going to get that T-shirt and that swag bag that I showed at the beginning of the stream. And of course, with your in-person ticket, you get the guarantee of submitting your music to a library CEO. That's just included with your ticket, okay? Now, if you want to get that in-person feedback, that's a separate and additional benefit to your experience where you get to be in a private room. And I did not mention them. I got to let you guys know who that was going to be. I apologize for that. It's going to be Mike, Trevor, or AJ, and I will pair you with the appropriate CEO. You won't get to select which one you want to get a review from, but I will try to, and I've already paired you guys already with the reviews. But if you do join and you do upgrade your ticket, I will pair you with the right one because they each have different specialties and focuses, and I want to pair you with the one that I feel would basically be the most likely chance of you connecting with them and creating a direct relationship, and also who I feel is probably more an expertise in your particular style of music. So anyways, that's something that we kind of do on the back end once you upgrade your ticket for that. And anyways, your premium ticket gets you all that stuff. Plus, you get to have priority seating, so you're going to sit in the very front of the room and be able to potentially get some direct networking happening in between the panels. At lunch, after the event, all those little golden moments between our panels where you're going to be able to have full access to the CEOs. You'll be the closest to them, and of course, you're going to get access to that private dinner, as I said before, where we're going to be, having drinks. We're going to have appetizers. You can order anything you want off the menu. You can have as many drinks as you want. There are literally no limits. We are going hog wild on it. But of course, be professional. You start getting sloppy and buzzed and drunk at the dinner table, it's not going to be a good look for you for working with these gentlemen. So of course, maintain your professionalism. There's no dress attire. Just come comfortably dressed. Dress how you feel you want to present yourself and network. But I'm going to be wearing jeans basically and a t-shirt. So I'm not fancying this thing up at all. So feel comfortable at this. Of course, probably not wear flip-flops, but yeah, just casual dress, whatever you feel is right for you. So anyways, guys, that is my pitch for Syncup. I really appreciate your guys' time consideration. If you guys have any questions about it, you're thinking about joining, you're not sure about it, post it in the chat right now. I'll be happy to answer any questions you potentially have. If you have any other, comments, questions about Sync, about AI, we can talk about those as well. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm kind of giving you guys your sort of last chance here to join us for this really, really fun, exciting, amazing event. And today, basically, right when I'm done with the stream, I'm packing up all my gear. I'm getting my car loaded up. I've got a lot of stuff. I've got all the bags to carry. I've got a PA system. I've got my, computer equipment. I've got everything basically that I need to start getting ready to go. So it's going to be a pretty busy couple of days for me. But anyways, just wanted to say hi and to let you guys know that that's what we're focusing on this week. And I will tell you this. There's literally nothing else you could be doing this weekend that will help you succeed more in sync licensing. Guaranteed. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're going to be doing. Hearing directly from decision makers, pitching your music to them, networking with them, finding out what they're looking for, what the demands are, what the trends are, how they plan to navigate these AI waters. This is definitely, we are at the pinnacle, the vanguard of our industry. The conversations we're going to have, the insights we're going to gather, and just collaborating and connecting and getting each other smarter about this business. That's really what Syncup is about. It's a jam-packed weekend full of information and networking opportunities. So I really think you guys should be joining us if you have the means to. All right. Chad saying it was awesome to be around so many like-minded people last year. Absolutely. Some of you guys that are taking sync licensing seriously are probably thinking that you're crazy, and it's like, why am I doing this? Especially because we get isolated. I definitely had a big burnout moment in 2016. I had been at this business for 8 years at that point, I guess. And because I didn't have community, didn't have a lot of people around me, felt sort of like, what am I doing this for? And this is just not fulfilling. And I'm becoming an AI. This was long before we were all talking about AI, but I felt like I was becoming this kind of regurgitating, making cover versions and just another EDM pop track or whatever I was working on. I was isolated. That was really the biggest mistake that I made. I didn't have community, didn't have other people around me, didn't have an online community, didn't have an in-person network. I didn't have anything. So part of the reason why I started this channel and Sync Academy and everything, and of course Syncup, is to facilitate community, to figure out a way to connect with other crazy, dedicated people, talented people, but also, we got to admit we're a little bit nuts because we're trying this. We're really going for this, that we did go for this, right? But it's important to find your tribe. It's important to find the people that really do get it. They understand, like when you say you're having a really tough day, you've got writer's block, you're pissed off because you got ghosted by a library, or you got tons and tons of revisions and feedback from a library that you feel is like, ugh, why did I get that? We all have felt that way, whatever you're going through, especially in Sync Academy. We've definitely all felt that. So yeah, absolutely, it's cool to be in a room or to at least be in a virtual environment where you're surrounded by people who get it, who understand it, and also who can help you out, right? Because we're all at different stages of the game. Some of us are literally brand new, just learned about sync licensing this week or this month. Some of us have been at it for maybe 6 months or a year, or some of us, 16 years. So we've got a whole spectrum, a whole 360 view of what this industry has to offer or what it has to challenge us with. So when you get together with the other people who also have been through some of these challenges, that we can help each other out. We can give each other encouragement. We can help each other through some of these troubling times. So that's what I think is really going to be powerful about all this. Jeff is saying, I think Sky Sports in the UK will be broadcasting 1,000 live English football games next season. Wow. So I'm not familiar with that, but I guess that's a new thing they're jumping into. And I've been following, hey, what's up, Rob? Good to see you, man. I've been following some of the things, Disney, of course. They've been struggling with a lot of things they've been doing, but one thing that they're not struggling with is sports. And so they've definitely been doubling down the ESPN stuff they've been thinking about, the ABC stuff they've been thinking about. What I've been following from a lot of these streaming platforms and TV platforms who are maybe struggling with the profitability is saying, sports, it's where it's at. People still want to watch live sports. People will pay for live sports. Advertisers still want to advertise and put their brands and their products in front of viewers for sports. So that's something that's still going to be a great play for us. So I'm really glad that I have partnered with people. It's been kind of one of the main focuses of my career. It's been really sports and like reality TV. And so I'm really just grateful and thankful that my music has found its way into some of these sports opportunities. So if you guys feel like you've got some music that might work for sports, which is, primarily rock, pop, hip hop, orchestral, right? Those kind of like intense, energetic sort of styles, even some trailer style music. You might want to think about coming this weekend because Perry and Trevor and others that have some exposure to the sports world might be people that you need to directly connect with and get some relationships going with. So the Mix Club, you said you would have wish you would have had something like this 35 years ago was such a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I think about that filter, like I put that filter in front of anything that I do with Sync My Music. So if I'm going to put together, hey, what's up, Alex? I think you and I were emailing this morning. If I'm going to put together a new service, I'm going to put together an event like this, I'm going to put out a video. I'm always thinking about trying to have empathy for myself in 2008. When I first discovered this, first learned about it, my exposure to this industry came from a library CEO who I'm very grateful for, who mentored me, gave me sounds, gave me a shot at least, and gave me some feedback to get my tracks at least decent enough to get distributed. I don't think those were obviously my strongest tracks, but they were out there. But what I wish I had is a more 360 view, not just from one library owner's perspective, because his perspective, of course, naturally is to have me help support him and his company, which he should. Like that should be his job, right? He wasn't doing anything wrong by having that. But my job is to look out for my career. It's not necessarily just the interests of one particular library CEO. I got to think about myself, right? And think about, should I be just partnering and submitting to one library? Is it better to submit to 2 libraries? What considerations should I have if I'm working with 2 different libraries? How do I A/B compare whether one or another is performing better for me? So anything that I'm going to do now at this point of the game is I kind of look back to young, little 23-year-old Jesse in 2008 going, what would that guy have needed and would have helped him navigate these waters a little bit clearly and really looked out for his interests above even library's interests. Even though we are partners, libraries and composers don't always have the same overlapping interests. They have some, it's like a Venn diagram. There are definitely some in the middle that are shared. Like they win if we win. But there are many things that libraries are trying to achieve that aren't going to necessarily benefit their individual composers. So we have to also look out for ourselves. And so that's really what my flag is all about on this channel, is saying like, I'm here for you guys first and foremost, composers, producers, because that's who I am. I've never been a library. I love libraries. I feature them. I work with them. I trust them with my music. But there's also going to be times where I have to say, guys, we need to look out for our interests above what a library's interest would be. And I try to give you guys some clarity for how to make those decisions. So you're absolutely right, Mix. I think stuff like this, events like this, would have made a huge difference for me early on in my career. So that's exactly how I try to structure them, is for people that are getting started, getting into this business, who are just maybe overwhelmed and confused, and they just don't know what the best practices are. So hopefully we're providing that for you guys. Jeff, not a stupid question. Where does one purchase tickets? So there's a link in the description box below. I'm pretty sure I put it in there. It should be syncmymusic/syncup. Let me go ahead and just make sure I got. Make sure I did put it in there. Yeah, I figured at this point you're probably not going to come with us in person, and that's totally cool. But let me just see this. Yeah, so if you go to syncmymusic.com/syncup, it's also a link in the description box right now. Just click on that link and you'll get back to that page that basically I was just showing you guys where you can purchase your tickets. Yeah, we'd love to have you join us from the UK. That'd be really cool. I guarantee you guys, you're going to get way more value than your money pays for this event. I can guarantee you. You're not going to get this much access to this many CEOs, this much insight, this much direct back and forth Q&A, networking opportunities, pitching your music to the libraries, learning how to start your own library. You're not going to get any of that stuff anywhere else for the money you're going to pay for this event, and in a short amount of time. This is one weekend, 7 different library CEOs you're getting access to, not to mention successful composers and producers that have come maybe right before you and have really figured out how to navigate these waters very, very effectively and in the current climate. Okay, so I'm kind of this, I'm an old dude now. I got started in a completely different era. We have a new era now where there might be some different considerations. So that's why I've made sure to carve out time for a lot of the composers and producers. So even though a lot of you are probably wanting to attend for the library CEOs, I really do think these composers are going to add maybe just as much, maybe even more value for you guys, because if you want to know how they're thriving, doing well, earning the kind of income that they are earning, and getting the placements that they're getting so quickly in their career, that's what you're really going to learn from these presentations at the event. So yeah, just click on that link in the description box either now or after the stream, syncmymusic.com/syncup. And Jeff saying the Sky Sports are launching a new live hub. There's 10 plus games being broadcast at any time. Wow, sports is definitely going to be strong in the world of television. For sure, for sure. So if you guys are not exposed to sports, you don't have any libraries that you're working with right now that are serving sports clients, and also Perry from Epic Music is in talks with the BBC right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about how he's starting some initiatives to kind of get into their world as well, which I don't know if the BBC does sports or not, but still good to go into new marketplaces. And the BBC is obviously a huge opportunity for some of us. So Chad said he expanded his network significantly attending last year, made a lot of great friendships. Bummed that you couldn't be this year. Man, yeah, we're bummed to not see you either, Chad, but I'm so glad to hear that it really was a good use of your time and your money to come and to expand your network. So this is one of these things where it's like, it can take so long to expand your network in any industry, right? You kind of do it little by little, where you're sort of like, you're posting and you're sort of connecting with people, whatever. But it takes a long time to eventually expand your network. But this is sort of like you're jam packing maybe like a year's worth of networking opportunities into a weekend. Like that's kind of how I see it. So to like infinitely and immediately expand your networking potential with all, not just the CEOs, but all the people in the room who, like I said, might have their own networked relationships with production music libraries and publishers. And I guarantee you a lot of them already do. So the chances of you bumping into somebody that you can, create a friendship with, create a working relationship with, and get yourself into new libraries and new working relationships is just, like I said, you let me know what else you could be doing this weekend that can give you that much access to that much opportunity in one place at one time. Even if you're just streaming it virtually, it's going to be a really, really great weekend for us. So anyways, guys, I think that's all I got for you today. If you guys have any further comments, questions, you can comment below. Email me, jesse@syncmymusic.com. If you already got a virtual ticket and you want to upgrade it, you got a basic ticket, you want to upgrade it to premium, just email me. We'll work with you. We'll figure out a way to make that happen for you. But better do it now because once the event starts, that's it. There's no more purchasing tickets. There's no more accessing the event. 9 a.m. Saturday morning, we're just going. And so if you're either in or you're not in, so basically you got today and you've got tomorrow to make your decision to join us. So I'm going to be really thrilled and excited to meet many of you guys for the first time. It's going to be a great time, and we're just excited to host all these CEOs and all these really cool people in one place. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to go pack up all my stuff now, listen to some music while I do it, and get ready mentally for this great presentation and for this great weekend we're going to all have. So hope you guys can join us, and if not, all good too. We'll see you guys obviously back here on the channel. May or may not do a stream tomorrow morning. Don't know if I'm going to be up for that. I might actually want to save my voice for the last day to kind of give it some strength. I've been sort of really working it out here, but maybe not. We'll see. And if I don't see you tomorrow, bright and early, 9 a.m. If you get a virtual ticket, I will email you the link. So you'll get it right in your inbox right before 9 a.m. this Saturday. How it's going to work is I'm going to give you one link for the entire session on Saturday, and then we're going to do a new session on Sunday. They will be recorded. It's going to be unlisted, private YouTube link, so it's not going to be shared publicly, but you'll get access to it. Join us live in the chat, have the Zoom breakout rooms when we do our networking opportunities, and then you can certainly rewatch them anytime in the future you'd like to, forever. For those of you that had a virtual ticket for last year's Syncup, those links are still there. You can absolutely access them anytime you want to, and get access to all this great information. So thank you so much, Swoosh. Appreciate it. I think it's going to be a great one, no matter what happens. We usually make great events from what we do here with our channel and with our community. So I'm out. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and we'll talk to you all real soon.